Hi and welcome to the session. Today's session is among the series of sessions related to history and development of English literature. In today's session, we will talk about Age of Chaucer. What are the most important characteristics of the age? These characteristics include socio-political, economic, religious, as well as intellectual development of the age, and how Age of Chaucer is a journey out of medievalism to modernism. The 14th century or the Age of Chaucer is the most important epoch in the intellectual history of Europe. It was an age of transition during which England passed through the first stages of her long journey out of medievalism and came to the foothills of modern world. The English nation was emerging from the dark ages into the age of enlightenment. Though some elements associated with modernity were coming into prominence, yet mostly and essentially the age was medieval, unscientific, superstitious, chivalrous, religious minded, and backward in most respects. It was an age of restlessness amid the ferment of new life that Chaucer lived and wrote. It is said that Chaucer was the most important representative of his age. Old things and new things appear side by side upon Chaucer's pages. And in his poetry, we can study the essential spirit both of the age that was passing and of the age that was to come. Now, we have to consider what are these old things and new, and what made the age transitional and of unrest. The answer will be provided if we take into consideration the chief events and ethological features of the age. Medievalism is one of the most important feature of the age. Chaucer's England was predominantly medieval in spirit, and the most outstanding feature of the medieval age was chivalry. Chaucer's knight is a true representative of the spirit of medieval chivalry, which was a blend of love, religion, and bravery. Another feature of medievalism was superstition. The people believed in astronomy, and they were of the view that human life is influenced by the movement of stars. Even educated people could not escape from this belief. For instance, in Canterbury Tales, Chaucer says about Doctor of Medicine, he says, "In all this world, none like him there was. In all this world, none like him there was, not only in medicine and surgery, but also he was grounded in astronomy." Similarly, another important feature of the age was Hundred Years' War. During the years between 1337 and 1453, there went on a series of conflicts between England and France, known collectively as the Hundred Years' War. This war led many impacts on the English character. In essence, the fostering of nationalistic sentiments and demolition of some social barriers between different classes of society. It also brought a strong feeling of love and sympathy amongst English aristocracy for poor and low class people, which was the onset of democratization in the country. This was an advance from medievalism to modernism. Black Death and Peasants' Revolt. It is another important characteristic pertinent to 14th century. During the reign of Edward III, the people of Europe and England suffered terribly from the plague. It broke out in England in 1348. It was called Black Death because death was caused by black boils which appeared on the body of the sufferer. This plague affected the whole Europe. Nearly 1 million people were said to be killed by the plague. Though it was a natural epidemic, but consequences were very high. One immediate consequence of this pestilence was the acute shortage of working hands. Now, laborers and workers started demanding much higher wages, which neither the employers nor Parliament was ready to meet their demands. A number of severe regulations were passed asking workers to work at the old rates of payment. This occasioned a great deal of resentment, which culminated in peasants' revolt in 1381 during the reign of Richard II. These rebellions were led to London by the Kentish priest John Ball. He preached the dignity of labor and asked the nobles, when Adam dealt and Eve span, who was then the gentleman? Church. In the age of Chaucer, the church became a hotbed of profligacy, corruption, and materialism. W. H. Hudson has observed the corruption of the church of the time by saying, of spiritual zeal and energy, very little was now left in the country. The greater prelates heaped upon wealth and lived in a godless and worldly way. The rank and life of the clergy were ignorant and careless. The mendicants, friars, were notorious for their forced greed and profligacy. This widespread and deep rooted corruption had already begun to provoke the attention of some reformists, the most prominent of whom was John Wycliffe, who has been called the morning star of Reformation. He started the Lollards movement. His aim was to eradicate the evil and corruption which had become a part and parcel of the church. He went to different areas and attempted to preach different priests and religious personalities. He also sent his poor priests to all parts of the country for spreading his message of simplicity, purity, and austerity. His self-appointed task was to take Christianity back to its original form. He exhorted people not to have anything to do with corrupt ministers of Pope and to have faith only in the Word of God as enshrined in the Bible. This was the advance from darkness to enlightenment. Lastly, there was development in literature. Various literary figures came into prominence and various literary works got originated during 14th century. In 14th century England, Latin and French were two dominant languages. However, in the later half of the century, English came to its own when Chaucer and some other poets like Langland, Gower, and prose writer Wycliffe, they wrote in English language and they wrote well. John Wycliffe was a philosopher and religious reformer. He translated the Bible from Latin into the native language, that was English. So it was another step from darkness towards enlightenment. So to conclude, we can say that 14th century was an age of transition because there were some events, whether social, political, religious, economic, or literary, they were aimed to take England from dark ages towards enlightened age. So we can say that during age of Chaucer, some prominent personalities, they came into prominence and they wrote in English and wrote well. in order to give enlightenment to the people. So Chaucer's age is rightly said to be the age of transition, where England came or passed from medievalism to the modern world. Thank you.